the council that UNRWA's operation space in Gaza is shrinking. He said the agency is facing a, quote, deliberate and concerted campaign to undermine its operations in Gaza at a time when its crucial services are most needed. Let's bring in Al Jazeera's Gabriel Elizondo at UN headquarters in New York, who's been listening in. A strong statement there from Philippe Lazzarini, Gabe, with a very dire warning about the situation in Gaza.
Yeah, there were several things that really struck me here. But as he went into this Security Council meeting, he briefly told reporters going in that he wanted to set the stage for how important UNRWA is and what the ramifications would be if it is dismantled, like he said, and like we've heard from Israeli officials, that they want to dismantle it. Philippe Lazzarini basically giving a little bit of a history lesson to the council, reminding them that UNRWA was set up 75 years ago as a temporary solution until there was a political process in place, a political solution. Lazzarini is saying there hasn't been a political solution, so that is why we are still in Palestine, particularly in Gaza, providing services such as healthcare, education, safety, aid, he said, and that is why we're there. And if we were to be dismantled, like he is giving indications that is actually happening right now due to Israeli targeting, he said, who would provide all of that until there's a political solution? Essentially, no one can provide that until there's a final political solution. But even in a transition to a political solution, that's potentially years before some other body or some other entity could provide what UNRWA provides. So, I mean, that was very striking. They laid it out very clearly that there's no other, besides UNRWA, there's nothing else, basically.
Right. And in January, of course, we'll recall, Gabe, that Israel's government presented the United Nations with information accusing UNRWA employees of taking part in the October 7th terror attacks. But they didn't provide any evidence of that, right? What's the latest on the investigation into that?
Well, there's two. Number one is there's an internal investigation by the United Nations. That's done behind closed doors, privately. That's an investigation that was ordered by the Secretary General. We do not know when they will be issuing their findings, but they are looking specifically at the allegations that Israel has leveled against 12 UNRWA employees. That's number one. We don't know when that will be completed and or if it'll be made public. We think it'll be made public, but it doesn't have to be. But the UN has said that they probably will. The second investigation, it's more of a, not so much an investigation, but it's more of a looking into if UNRWA is being impartial in their work. And that is being led by the former foreign minister of France. And that is concluded, and that will be released publicly in the next few days. Not so much an investigation there, but more of just taking an assessment if UNRWA is acting and in their practices is impartial, if you will. I should point out that Israel has not given any evidence to their claims that any UNRWA employees were involved in October 7th to the United Nations directly to this day.
Okay, Gabe, thank you very much for that. That's Al Jazeera's Gabriel Elizondo reporting there live from the United Nations. We will check in with you throughout the evening to find out the latest there at the Security Council as it hears a briefing about the situation in Gaza. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.